Alrighty, so pre-stream is up. I really hate wired mouses. Okay, so welcome everybody to session 21 of Group 4. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm in danger.
Yes. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Yes.
How reassuring.
Don't worry, I'm locked in. I'm gonna solve this entire encounter.
You better. I'm not afraid to chuck a wizard into the water.
You couldn't handle me.
Fair enough.
Alright. So, looking at your impending doom, would anybody like to recap? I believe, Jason, you were not here last session. Would anyone like to recap, Jason, as to how exactly this came about?
That's a good question.
How did we get here?
As far as I remembered, our plan is to go to Ilias and take out whoever's home, and while sailing, we ran into this. So.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh yeah, we learned about the hive mind too. That was awful.
Okay.
Still hurting from that, by the way.
Nah, that was all good.
I had been holding on to that for a long time.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you know what we're talking about?
Well, I figured that all of the demons have a hive. They share a hive mind, right?
Yep, including the tiefling children that are
Yeah.
joining you.
Right.
We apparently are connected to this mind. We don't know if they've been seeing through our eyes, listening through our ears. We're a little concerned that our plan might have gone to crap, but you have no idea. The only one who knows is Cirilla and
We know we
the
can disconnect now.
elf and us, I guess.
Pretty sure everybody, at least in the main group, knows. I think you, Jason, we said that during this time Viserys was just working with Milan, and I think Morgan was also participating in that, helping train the some of the soldiers. So you were kind of just on a ship with Milan the entire time.
Okay. Yep.
But yes, so we last left off as you all had been testing your vampiric nature against your demonic origins by seeing what exactly you could peel from the psychic mind link that you seem to have inherited from your demon origins. But and though there was a lot of trial and error, potentially Apollo now knows of your new abilities. Because after some trial and error, Lokir, you went to go update Cirilla on the nature on what was going on with the tieflings, yeah? Or did you have something else you were coming to discuss?
No, that was it, I think.
Okay. And while
I think we got through most of the talk, I think. Before.
Yeah, we pretty much concluded with that conversation ending, whether smoothly or abruptly is up to you, as the fleet came across a wrecked ship that seemed to be remaining afloat. And after everybody was kind of just like, nope, fuck that, and tried to avoid the ship entirely, whatever seemed to be holding the ship afloat as a small lure to unknowing victims is now directly below one of the central ships of the fleet, as emerging from the as we'll get started, emerging from the waters quite abruptly are these massive tentacles of almost like octopus like nature, these purple and blue tentacles of massive size and scale reach out from the waters and start to envelop and start attacking the different ships. Lokir, you run out of the main deck with Cirilla as you watch one of the tentacles come bursting out from the water and just wrap itself around the main what was supposed to be the main deck of the ship, but you are on one of the ships that is hollowed out for the Thunderjaw. And where everybody else sees this purple octopus-like tentacle, your peculiar sight only sees the tentacle as a visage of necrotic flame that just envelops and wraps around the ship that you are on. The rest of you come running out. Viserys, you can see all of this from a distance as you are training on the main deck of the left ship of your fleet. You are watching as not only are these tentacles emerging, but a massive shadowed mass seems to be emerging from below the surface, as if getting closer and closer to the surface of the water to enact its attack on this ship. And you could see that from the shadowed mass, you could see a whirlpool, a massive whirlpool, start to form and begin to swirl around this around one of the ships, the ship that Cyrilla and Lokir are both on. From that whirlpool, even more different strange creatures kind of begin to emerge. 3 of these large creatures, these brain-like entities with a massive bird beak on the front of it, and these large octopus-like tentacles that droop down a good 10 feet away, down from the central brain body of this creature. 3 of these creatures emerge from the waters and start to make their approach towards Domus. And with that, as this attack immediately begins ensuing, we are gonna roll initiative for this.
Yeah. Why not? Line up. Oh, here. Okay. That's what we're going for today. A really low bar.
Ooh.
Oh, better than Samurai. Let's go.
Ooh, Morgan. Martin center.
Holy shit! All right, Morgan.
Comparing to contrast yesterday when I was getting natural ones for everything.
Locked in. Yeah. It seems you want to boil the ocean too. We'll invite you to the party. We'll invite you to that.
Can we rename the party to the Ocean Boilers?
The ocean boilers.
Hey, the ocean is too dangerous.
I called the soldiers, not us.
Hey, I've got the fucking right now. I've got the fucking Havoc Squad. I've got the Scholars of Ekni, and I've got the Fellowship of the Slime. So sure, wouldn't be out of place.
Boilers of the ocean, oceanic boilers.
Oh, I need to. Okay. Everybody select their token when they rolled initiative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. I just need to.
Ready for Domus to bite somebody's head off?
You gotta turn this thing around if you want to do that.
And yes, you have to abide by the additional feature of this combat, which I am going to be tracking. I'm hopefully going to be tracking, but it might be extremely tedious for me to do so. Introducing on the right side of the map, protruding an additional 30 squares, we have the Z chart of the combat map. And here we see the Z chart, which will be tracking exactly where everybody is in terms of elevation when you decide to go up and down at certain points. The lowest bar, the blue bar, represents the water level. The dark brown layer represents where Domus's ship, where the floor of Domus's base floor is towards to the water. The second line going up is the where the carriers are, the ones that are holding all the Thunderjaws. And then the last one is where the carriers are that are holding the rest of the Trojans and Viserys' men. And that purple kind of square, rectangle that's kind of stretching over all of them is the height of the tentacles. And that's how high you have to that's how high they'll have to get in order for anything to start actually attacking. And that line of sun wings is where the 10 sun wings that are on the map currently are in terms of elevation.
Oh, that's good. They're high. It's good to beat them.
They are, yeah. So, I will hopefully be keeping track of the Z chart, and if anybody decides to start flying, I will put you on the Z chart. That is a threat.
Oh, not the Z chart.
But with that, I'm going to bring the turn order to chronological order, and we are going to start with Morgan. Morgan,
Front-loaded.
what would you like to do in this situation right now?
So, would it take a full action to summon a Sunwing?
So, funnily enough,
Because Morgan
Um,
doesn't want to be a sitting duck.
unfortunately, Cirilla had commissioned that you all get bracers to control the Nahuatl, but they have not been delivered yet. So you cannot
Okay.
control the Nahuatl at this moment. But I will say in
Okay.
future, for hopefully in the future of this combat, there will be a sting spawn delivering all of these bracers.
I can't wait to get
Okay.
out of the tower.
UPS is late today. Okay, I see how it is. Frick you, Hermes, you're late.
Morgan is gonna go to. Do we have windows on the upper floor?
You would, yeah. Or, yes, I think there are windows.
Okay, so
I might just put you
Morgan's
back
gonna go to
on.
the.
I might, for purposes, I might just put you on Domus's map, just so that you can properly move around the map, around there.
I think this is a window right here.
Yeah.
But there is the door over here, which is closer to you.
Yeah, but cover.
I suppose.
So Morgan's gonna go to the window, and if this guy's in range, she's gonna fling.
Are you breaking
second,
open the
I
window, or because I don't think
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if there would be openable doors, openable windows. All right, you fucking go. You fucking come over and just bash open this window, and you stick out your crossbow, and you would have the range.
Okay, look here back
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
All right, you can definitely go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. Just a moment.
$16, I think is gonna hit. Let me verify. I don't have any of my stat blocks open. I don't know why. I just have all of these stat blocks under a folder just called Charybdis. Or not, yeah. This is Charybdis.
I've been using the 5e encounter builder. It's actually quite good for that. The 5e tools encounter builder, that is.
Yes. That does in fact hit.
Attack damage.
Alright, so you hit this thing for 11 piercing damage.
And just for reference in future, how many feet away roughly is this guy?
He is as many feet as there are grids times 5. So he is 25 feet away from you.
Okie dokie.
Broke open a window. Better hope that thing doesn't come inside.
Oh, he's not gonna fit. He's medium sized,
Yeah.
but he's like pushing medium sized.
That chonky.
No, it's literally just all about height,
And
just
with
because of
that-
how fucking long his tentacles are. Okay, is that, do you have a bonus action?
Not this turn, but Morgan's just gonna use bonus action hide and sort of duck behind the window sill.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, come on, roll 20.
Oh, a natural
Oh,
1.
no.
See it.
Literally, you just needed literally, you needed a 2 or higher in order to beat this thing's passive perception. So unfortunately, it is going to, you are still visible to the Grells as they make their assault.
Where'd she go?
And here they are making the assault. So, these guys, on their turn, are going to come over here. They are going to move. They're moving 40 feet per turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're going to make 2 attacks. They're going. I think how many attacks can they make? They're going to make 2 attacks per Grell. So that's going to be 4 attacks towards Morgan, 2 attacks towards one of your Trojan guys who is on. I don't know if you guys saw, but there are 3 in Harryar manning this one ballista. They're going to. So then we're going to start with Morgan's 4. Starting with. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
Nope, AC 19.
19.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
So only
You
one of
take the
those
most damage.
only one of those hits, and I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw. Unless you have an immunity to being poisoned.
I do not. I'm basic, boring human.
Okay.
No.
Oh, no. These are
Oh,
bad.
well, it was nice knowing you.
Okay, so you are poisoned, which means that you are going to make your attacks and ability checks at disadvantage until you are not poisoned. And also, while poisoned, you are also paralyzed. You are also taking
Lovely.
you are both have the poisoned and the paralyzed condition. And
Holy hell.
That is.
you are
Disgusting.
so you are simultaneously as you shoot at this thing, your arm is out, and all of a sudden as they come charging forward, you shoot off an arrow. It goes into the brain, into the side of the brain creature, and it just writhes in pain. And as you're focused on one, the other comes charging in, and it reaches forward with 4 of these giant tentacles, and they just wrap around your arm and make it their way up to your torso. And as they do, you can feel the needles on the outsides of the fins kind of just dig into you, and you can feel this like shock go across your body as you are both poisoned, paralyzed, and then this motherfucker rips you out the window as you are also grappled.
Oh. I can't even save from being grappled.
You can make the
so
save at the
probably
end of your turn.
realize one turn. Oh, end of turn. Okay, yeah, you're probably
End of turn, yeah.
You're fine.
It's
You'll
just one of those
probably
bitches that are. It's one of those just bitches that are just like, oh yeah, I hit you, you're mine now.
Yeah.
So
I
they
dealt
just
with a
pull you-
creature like that last week.
So you are pulled out the window and are currently dangling, but from being held up by the tentacles in your hand. That are, but yeah. And then there is going to be 2 more attacks towards the Inheriar. Let's go. 1 tentacle, 1 beak. Hot damn. Okay. Getting all the high rolls immediately out the window. Thankfully, this was a beak, so and it's not going to poison or paralyze these guys.
Can that here be poisoned?
The Inheriar can't be poisoned, but they can be paralyzed. Or no, they can't.
By the wording. Yeah, I was gonna say by the wording they have to be poisoned to be paralyzed. Yeah.
And also the fact that they also have immunity to being paralyzed as well as the poisoned condition.
You love to hear it.
Okay. So this guy is going to take. Do they have resistance? Yes, they do, because these are not magical. So he's only going to take 10 of that piercing damage. As they miss with as the Inheriar prepare to try to load up this ballista, the one being attacked kind of uses its spear to parry away the tentacles, just as the creature comes in and just digs its beak into the shoulder of the Inheriar, just digging into the stone, and you can hear just a bit of crack of stone and cracks riddle across the side of it before it just pushes off the Grell. And the Grell actually had to get up close and personal to make that last attack with the beak, so it's going to be there. And that's going to be the end of the psionics. Lokir.
So which of the two tentacles is actually attacking, or are they
This
both
one is
attacking?
the one on the right of the ship is currently enveloped over top of the main of your ship.
Okay. I'm gonna attack it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna activate my vestige first.
All right.
Probably an arcane booster, so why not? And then I'm gonna attack the tentacle.
Always attack the tentacle.
So that's a +5 to that attack as well, so it's a 20. Because of the vestige.
Okay. 20
And-
is definitely going to hit.
Why is the roll not adding my agonizing blast?
Agonizing Blast? I am not sure. Agonizing Blast adds a D. It's probably because...
No, it's your charisma modifier.
That's
Oh, it adds your modifier? Okay, so that's going to be... You might just have to
And that's
manual...
that's a crit as well.
Oh, that's a crit?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
all
was
attacks are treated as a crit?
Yeah.
Okay. So... yeah, so that is 20 force damage.
Yeah.
That is going to beat the damage threshold.
damage threshold.
Okay.
Keeps getting.
Second blast on that one as well.
Okay.
Okay, but at least you laser it. That's good.
Okay.
Hot damn! Oh my god, okay.
Oh, goodbye.
So that
Can
is
you crit?
that is
Crit
10.
thing?
that is 10 plus 15, because you're still adding your charisma modifier to both of those d10s, I think. And then, well, yes.
It's the plus
You
12.
are-
And plus 12. If it's a modifier. Modifier is 6.
So yeah, it's 10 plus 9, so 19, doubled, which is 38. That's gonna do it. As you watch as your initial blast, you just unleash, it just shoots out and just crashes into the tentacle. The creature writhes in pain so much that it lets go of the ship and rears upward, just as you send a second one, just hitting it straight on on the wound that you left before, and the force of the Eldritch Blast severs the tentacle, and it drops into the water.
Calamari.
That was easy than expected. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Varila, drag a bit, then like start running that way. I'm gonna get over there as far away from the other tentacle, and have a bonus action that I don't think I want to do anything with. Yeah, just end my turn there. It's fine. Decent
Okay.
turn, decent turn.
I'm currently trying to figure out. Okay, there we go. Hot damn! All right, one hell of a turn.
Yep.
Akamero.
Arya, do you have Morgan?
I can get her, I suppose. I mean, if I hit her out of that thing's grasp, she's gonna drown.
I'm confident she's not going to be paralyzed soon. Did she? By the way, did you make the save to? Yeah, you did. Okay. Or no, is that no? That's the one before. Oh,
No, it was
ignore everything I've said. Okay. I can't boil the ocean, but I can certainly boil a couple fish, and I plan to do exactly that. Akamero pulls his hand back and just snaps, and right by I'm going to use a red version of my mini to represent this because that seems appropriate.
Okay.
What is that?
I am casting Flaming Sphere, and I'm going to use my alchemical casting here. Hold on, I'm going to do a couple things to this actually. First of all, I am changing the saving throw from Dexterity to Intelligence.
Okay.
Further than that, I'm going to be expending a second level spell slot on top of that to increase its range from 60 feet to a mile.
Okay. You do now. There is now a flaming sphere, and you have control over the token. I think.
Very cool. Thank you. Yeah. So immediately those two make intelligence saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both of these guys are
Yeah.
gonna make. Okay. All right. So that's gonna be. Boom. Boom.
Well, that
So
was
19 and a 4. So one of them saves, one of them doesn't. Do you want a coin flip to determine which one is the one that has Morgan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 or 2. I got it right
2.
here. It's 1, so
Dang
it's
it.
not the one. Or do you want it to be the one targeting?
It's still half damage.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll take it. Let me look at
So
what the
that
damage is here
is-
because this damage.
It
looks
says you
wrong.
roll. It says it was a 2d8,
Okay, so
and then it was an
14 total.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
14 total. Have to
Yeah.
7
Flaming
for
Yeah.
1.
6. I see
Yeah.
2d6.
Yeah, it's 2d6.
Unless you upcasted it.
Yeah, the 8 is the 2d6, and then the 6 up top is the upcast additional d6.
And just so the flaming spear has a 5-foot aura that like anything within it.
Yeah, any creature. Hold on.
I could
Any
probably
creature
just-
that.
yeah. Within 5 feet of the sphere. Okay, makes a dexterity save. I'm just gonna make a little aura around it just so that I keep it in my mind.
Very cool.
It's only one square. It's right next to you.
You are so Morgan. You are so Morgan. Just as you're being pulled out, and you could just see the Grell almost start to just like pull out and start making its way downwards. You watch as a flaming sphere just conjures in mid-air and just engulfs the Grell holding you and the other Grell that's beside you in flames, just leaving you like a foot out. The aura kind of just leaves a foot away from you as you are just barely out of range of that. All right, that is your flaming sphere. Anything else?
Let me. I don't know how. I don't need a line of sight, so I can't just move somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go. I forget. Is upstairs here?
The window.
The way out?
The window is the floor level, but if you want to go,
Okay.
if you want to get outside, you'd have to take the door. You'd have to
Wait,
go
what's
the long way
what's
around.
the deck out here at the Einherjar? Is that on the same level?
It is on the same level, yeah, but there is no actual like entrance from the backside of the turtle. You have to go out the front door and make the long way
There's another
around.
window for you to break.
There's
you know?
another window you could break. Yeah, sure.
I'll gladly. Oh, actually, no. I'll go out the back for now.
Okay.
That has to be a scary view, being paralyzed while looking into literally the first layer of hell. And then holding fire.
I'm saying, like,
Yay, property damage.
normally it's just a rolling ball. I think for this one, because I've modified it into an end save, it's just like a rolling ball of like fiery runes.
Okay. So it's just a bunch of swirling runes that just keep like keep hitting the fucking grells as they swirl around. Okay. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Now it is the whirlpool's turn.
Why?
So each one of these tentacles has a range of 30 feet. So
Oh crap.
So they are going to be making separate attacks. Let's see. This guy will only be able to actually hit. You've drawn yourself attention, Lokir. Now it's time to die. There's only one tentacle that can actually hit you. The others are going to just strike at these ships. So, with that, let's go. Alright, the first one is going to be towards Lokir. At 24.
Dang.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. It just comes crashing down, almost hitting everything within like a line as it comes smacking down over top of the Thunderjaw, and just crashes down. And as it does, the main fin that has struck you kind of sucks inward and just picks you up like a suction, as you are now grappled and are now pulled over the water by the creature.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, we're gonna make 8 more attacks
Oh jeez.
towards the other ships. Or no, actually, it has 8 tentacles, but it can only attack 3 times. So it's gonna choose 2 other ships to
That's
attack.
good.
Okay, both of those are going to hit as you watch them come striking down onto yet again the main ship that Lokir and Cirilla were on, as well as one comes swiping against the side of Viserys' ship as your entire ship begins just to jostle and rock, taking the significant damage. Especially because, it is a siege monster, so it's going to take double that damage. So the ships are going to take double that.
I hate the ocean.
Everything's going fine. Nothing's wrong yet.
I mean, we're just watching this from afar. We're seeing things get teared apart. I thought this was only written in books. This is horrible. It's also calamari.
Okay. Up next is Cirilla. And Cirilla is going to try to help you out. As she watches you be taken up by this tentacle, you see from her golden armor just these massive angelic wings bamf out, and she comes soaring towards this tentacle here. And she
He flies now.
She does fly. You have seen these wings before, but you have not actually seen her use them. She's going to make, I believe she can make 2 attacks. Actually, no. She has, with her, she seems to have these dual short swords that, as she bamps them out to come charging towards this creature, the blades of which seem to be glowing with this angelic radiance. She's going to make 2 attacks per short sword. So she's gonna make 4 short sword attacks in a flurry of slashes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be, that is 18. So the first and the last one hit, and they both beat the threshold. So that's going to be 6 plus 12, 18, and then 19 damage. So that is going to do it for this guy. As 18, let me just get this out of the way. 96, 18, and then 19. As in a flurry of slashes, the Cirilla brings the short swords down on this tentacle as she flies, almost like swirling around with her flight, kind of just spiraling up the tentacle and just laying her blade just drag across the tentacle until eventually it just drops. And she's gonna make a quick dexterity saving. She's gonna make a quick dex save real quick, just to see if she.
Will she catch you, or will she let you around?
You know, I really appreciate the effort, but on my turn I can just.
Or all of these GM rolls? Okay, that is my bad. I didn't realize all of these were GM rolls.
Well, that builds the suspense.
But she doesn't. But she does, in fact, manage to catch you as you fall, as you start to fall. She fucking sheaths both of her weapons just in time to fucking just grab you out of the air, just grabbing you by the hand and just holding you down below. Her like flapping her wings in a rapid succession to keep herself afloat. With that,
Can we
the
please
Iliad.
have the Thunderjaws?
The Iliad on the left. Oh shit, she would have done that. Yeah. She's. I'm gonna say that was a bonus action to try to catch Lokir, so she can't do that yet. But the Iliad on the right ship, so not the one. So Viserys, on your turn, you will be able to command the ones on your on the left ship, the one that you're on. But on the right ship, they're gonna go on their own turn. And they are going to try to shoot some cannons at this tentacle right here. Let's see if I can find the stat block for that. I think it would just be, I'm gonna use the Windbreaker cannons. There are no cannons on the Windbreaker. Wow. Okay, then I'm gonna use this stat block. So they're going to be able to use, say 3 cannons are in range, because this is this is like the back of the ship shooting at this last tentacle. So I'm gonna say 2 cannons are actually able to shoot at this tentacle. They would have advantage. They wouldn't have advantage, but they wouldn't have disadvantage either. But both of those are gonna hit 21 and 20 for 23 and then 20 damage, which is just going to incinerate this thing, this tentacle here.
One more.
as it also just as cannon fire rattles through the tentacle and it just drops. That's going to be the Iliad. Arya.
Ah, sweet. Finally. What do I do? Oh, well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, open that door.
That's not a door. You're going to have to burst through that window.
That is a door. There's doors here.
That's a window.
Windows are doors if you they just don't close.
If you try hard enough.
Strong enough, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the window door.
My passive strength is enough to just... It does open that window. If there ain't no opening, I don't care, Sash. I'll pay you back later. They have Hephaestus, he's gonna die, but hey, he has material for repair costs.
I was gonna say you could repair it, but I think Arya probably just has never done any sort of.
Destroy the shit.
No.
You've never done any sort of constructive work in your life.
No, I have a hammer. It's not to mend, it is only to destroy. So, that tentacle right in front of this dude. I'm gonna chuck my hammer in the air and cast catapult on it.
Okay.
have to
You
make this-
will have to try to reposition yourself so that, because it is a line, it's not a direct attack towards somebody. So, at the moment there
Looks like a line.
it's like a 5-foot wide line as well. So it would be hitting the Inheriar first, and then it would be hitting. If you have
Would I
the movement.
reposition?
If you have the movement to reposition, then yeah, you would be able to.
Oh yeah, I do. What is 5 doing? 5 feet anyways.
Okay.
Work.
That should be fine. Yeah. Go ahead. It's
Thanks,
okay.
bud.
So it's gonna be a dex save. It does not have magical resistance. A 10 is gonna fail, so it's gonna take this damage. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Yep, I'm getting the 3d8 now.
Damn! Oh my god.
That is awful.
Okay.
Piece of garbage. And that bonus action to re-summon it back in my hand after it blocks that. And
Okay. So as it comes and pulls out from the Inheriar, you just chuck your hammer at it, and it goes crashing into the kind of the underside of the tentacles, the central part where the tentacles are, as it kind of loses its balance a bit, and as your hammer kind of falls into the water, it instead just disperses into a puddle of blood in the water, as it disappears and recollects in your hand.
Yep.
All right, is that your turn?
Come on. Yeah. Of course,
Okay.
I don't think I can move anymore than that. And I have so many more actions. Ugh.
Viserys.
Okay, I'm gonna use my full movement to go 30 feet closer to where the action is. Can I go in a straight line, or do I need to go up and then over?
You'd have to go up the stairs and then over, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move. Then there. Okay. And then I gotta measure again. See what that is. I'm too far away for my disc launcher or my breath weapon. Damn it. If only we could make these motherfuckers freeze. And as I say freeze, I cast Ray of Frost.
Hell yeah. Damn it! If only I could make them freeze! Okay. That is Unfortunately, a 10 is not going to hit the tentacles, as you're not really aiming with this, as you're kind of just like, damn it, if only I can make things freeze, and it just comes spewing out of your mouth as you say freeze, and as it does, you can just see it just shoot off and away as it falls into the water.
Okay.
That's new.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, that's new. And let's see.
I will also say you have you do have your recall axe. I don't know which you can also use as an action.
Yeah. So yeah, and I actually have 2 attacks as for my
As a
thing, so I have an
fighter,
extra
yes,
attack.
but attack and attacks and spellcasting are 2 separate actions, and so multi-attack only works when you use the attack action with a weapon.
Not with the spell, unfortunately. They're patching.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with a spell.
Accent search to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, accent search works if you want to do that.
I can do, yeah. So I'm going to bonus action, get 30 more feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh, bonus action?
move.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a what ability are you using for that?
Well, okay. Can I use bonus action for movement?
No.
If you're
Unless you
rogue.
have like a cunning action. Cunning actions
If you're
allow
a
you to
rogue.
do stuff like dash
That's
with a
right.
bonus
Okay,
action,
okay.
but you can't do that unless you use an action to dash.
Okay, I'll move it back here.
There's always next.
Yeah. That's okay. So let me do the go back to this and I'll use my 1 action surge and pull out damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna because it was a weird thing, I'm gonna say freeze
I'm gonna
and
do it again.
try it again.
Hey,
Can you try it
doing
again?
And eventually you're gonna keep rolling 10s.
Yeah.
God,
Damn. Okay.
That's-
Another 10.
You're high rolling damage too. Or I was gonna say,
Wait,
Are
hold
you
on.
adding your charisma mod to that?
What is
roll?
this NaN?
Oh, I think it's trying to calculate his charisma. Or his
Yeah,
spell
that-
attack mod, but
yeah,
he
it's
doesn't
not-
have one.
yeah, it's
I'm
on.
not calculating it.
Okay.
Wait, what
I
is
don't
your attack mod? Oh,
It's- Yeah, it's only.
It should be
proficiency.
charisma. Yeah.
Could be
Um,
charisma.
Okay.
if
how-
that is the case, and the number should hit.
Yeah, it's only adding a proficiency, so that should be what 3 to 5 higher.
Oh, quick. Is that one of your? Okay.
It did not
Sorry.
exactly do it.
How
It
much
did
is
not
your
add
charisma mod?
it.
Hold on, let me
Charisma mod.
roll one more time. Let me just give it a shot.
Yeah, I do want to.
Just so that we can test the waters and see if it's
That was even worse.
Okay.
okay. So it is that we're just
That's not even
clarifying that
adding
it wasn't.
proficiency.
We're just clarifying that it was in fact just a random
Yeah.
issue with the roll.
Okay, so that's
Um,
actually not even adding a proficiency bonus because proficiency is a 3. So that's. Yeah, he
So-
should have at least a +5 on those 10s.
Okay, so on my magic.
Okay.
So it's
So
a
magic-
modifier. It's proficiency plus his charisma. So
Yeah.
Proficiency plus charisma, so it is. So let me.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I
you-
just added that.
Did you manually add these spells in?
No, I used the character mancer.
Oh, okay. That's odd. All right, let me.
There we go.
Let me fix that.
I'm thinking
Okay.
that should be good
Critical
now.
range, attack, charisma plus proficiency.
Either way, that just
Okay.
means The
Yeah.
first 10 was a 15.
10 was a 15. I don't think that's gonna make it still.
Or what's Viserys' charisma?
Viserys'
Yeah.
charisma is a +3. No,
And it's a
+2.
16.
It's a
Oh,
+2.
+2, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
3 plus proficiency.
It's proficiency is +3, charisma is +2, so he's having a +5 to his attacks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just now
So
put
yeah,
that on
unfortunately, that doesn't make the AC still. Were you
Okay.
using an action surge for that, or
There. That was action surge. Yes.
okay?
I'll take
Actually,
my action surge
lovely.
down.
They haven't patched it yet. Don't worry, folks. They haven't.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So I
Uh,
just made the changes. That's it for my turn then.
Okay. All right. Back at the top of the round, we are back to Morgan. You are surrounded by psionic grells, surrounded themselves by magic runes that seem to be damaging them. And
Welcome to hell.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. I believe it's at the
Aye, aye.
end.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
There's
Net 20,
nothing.
come on. That works.
Aw. Does it?
I think. Wasn't
Let me
that?
see.
think
Wait,
so.
it's a DC.
I'm
So
super high.
Yeah, it's
sorry,
11.
Can repeat the saving throw at the end. Okay, so this is at the end of your turn, so you
Alright.
won't be able to get out of the grapple this time. But you did save against being poisoned. So you are no longer poisoned, and you are no longer paralyzed in this way. Oh wait.
Unfortunately, it is their turn.
They could repeat the saving throw.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So,
They
unfortunately,
probably know it too.
you are.
Maybe
It
they don't.
removes
Maybe they're
it. I also did clarify, looking at the description, it clears both conditions, so you
Yeah.
are no longer paralyzed or poisoned, but you are still grappled, unfortunately. And that is at the end of your turn. So, with that, you are free. Well, not yet, but you get the idea. And
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
Yo,
2 out of 3.
these guys are going to fly away. Fly away.
Fly? Fly?
They're hovering. Yeah, they are flying, in fact.
Oh no.
So they're gonna fly through the window and fly. This guy is gonna fly through the window, and this guy is gonna take you away with his tentacle arms. This guy is then gonna realize there is nobody here, and he's gonna come out and around, and the both of these guys are actually going to attack Arya instead of this Inheriar.
Oh, sweet.
And
Bring it on.
and Morgan, you are actually going to be pulled even closer to this thing, so it can make 2 beak attacks towards you. So we'll start with Morgan, the beaks. 1, 2. Neither of those hit. Oh no, this thing does have advantage because you are still grappled. So I'm gonna say that's just both the rolls for the advantage of its first attack. So it still misses. Second attack, 22.
Yeah, that hit.
Okay, so you're gonna take
Ouch.
12 piercing damage as it kind of just pulls you away from the fireball and then just comes it just pulls you in like an octopus and just starts like thrashing at you with its beak.
Lovely.
The other two are going to
Eating us instead.
the other two are going to try to make attacks towards Arya with their tentacles.
Go ahead.
So that's a 19.
Shield.
Shield. All right. What does that bring your AC to?
19 plus 5.
24.
You're a
24.
19 plus 5? Damn. Okay, 24.
19 plus 5 now. Yeah.
That's an
I don't
8,
play nice anymore.
14,
Wielder.
16. None of these hits are going to land as you bamf up the shield,
Yeah,
and
blood.
these tentacles
Yeah,
just
the
come
blood
rushing forward.
shooting out. Yeah.
Oh, blood! It's a blood shield. All right, just
Yeah,
an
it's
aura of,
healing at the
just like
moment.
an outer shell of blood, just like over top of you as they kind of just like as the tentacles almost slide off and slick off of the blood that's encasing you. That's all of their
Shield blood.
attacks. And they are going to back up, which is going to provoke opportunity attacks from. It's going to provoke
Nice.
an opportunity attack from the Inheriar, and the Inheriar is going
And
to
should
make
be from me.
one spear attack.
Do I get
15.
one, or do they just have reach?
They have a 10-foot reach. I don't know if you have a 10-foot reach on any of your weapons.
I do not, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Well, the Inheriar got attack of opportunity because it was within 5 feet of the Grells as they were leaving, and that 15 is going to hit, and it's going to attack the one it was just struck by for 8 radiant damage. This thing does not have any. Okay, yeah. All right, and that is going to be the end of the Grell's turn. Lokir. You're currently
turn to-
suspended. You are currently
Yeah.
suspended mid-air. I'm actually gonna put you both on the Z chart now. You're going on the fucking Z chart.
Oh no!
Did see each other.
No, keep going now.
So let's say you are about here right now. I'll say you guys dropped lower, cause
15 feet,
just.
right?
And Zorilla is at the same elevation.
Same the same, and then I'm gonna bonus action teleport onto the ship with Blessing of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
30 foot for it. So right there, accounting for elevation.
So that where you are specifically going for is like the very base of the very base bottom of the ship, which is at sea level. So yes, you can. There is a portion of the deck which is
Wait,
at its normal elevation.
I might want to take full damage. Let me check ranges real quick.
Okay.
Never mind, I don't take full damage. We're good.
You can either teleport to where the guys are on. There are like 3 levels of this ship. There's the level where the Thunderjaw is, the base level of the ship where the main deck should be, and then there's the deck with the steering wheel. You are currently lined up with where the steering wheel is.
Yeah. That's why I said 15 accounting for elevation, right? It's 15 down, no?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, yeah.
It's 10 feet down. It's a 10-foot drop to the main deck of the ship.
Okay, so I should be able to get about there, right? With 30 foot of teleport, and then.
Yeah. You are currently on top of the Thunderjaw.
Let's just say beside it, just teleporting underneath it for a bit. And then after I land, I'm gonna move up the stairs up to here.
Okay.
Or here it is. And then I'm gonna attack this thing, Kevin Morgan.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Because Eldritch Blast has an insane amount of range.
Yeah, so that's
Hell
a
yeah.
bazillion, isn't it?
Hell yeah, it does.
that's
All right.
that's an 8 double, so 16. I fixed the thing.
Okay. So that is going. Yeah, that's going to be. That's definitely going to hit. That's in fact going to crit their AC. So that doubles and then doubles again for fucking
Wait, there's
32 32 force damage.
Is it still alive? It is alive, okay. Then the second blast is also going to go on it.
Okay. You are just dealing out insane damage with these vestiges. That 16 is going to hit for another 16 damage. And you can see this thing, you are taking chunks out of the brain of this creature. It's pulling itself back and like thrashing at Morgan. And all of a sudden, it's almost like it got shot. It's like when a human got shot in the back of the head by a gun. That's it just brains blow up from the backside of this grell as it staggers a bit. It is still alive though, as you deal your second Eldritch Blast in, but it is fainting practically.
Yeah, that's the turn. I have nothing else, unfortunately.
All right,
Like covered in brain matter.
Akamero.
Okay. So Morgan's just grappled. She can absolutely hit that thing, no problem.
Yeah, burn these guys in front of me, will you?
Yeah, okay. My action, I am going to cast Air Bubble on Morgan. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to drag my Fireball over on these two poor souls. There we go.
I can't reach them. I want them to come to me. I ain't swimming with them.
Yeah, I just put the Fireball behind them, so they have to either pivot hard or just like run forward into you.
All right, so
Roll
Morgan,
damage.
Morgan, as you're like fighting this creature, you could just see a glass dome kind of just appear over your head, and the rune spear that you have conjured comes moving forward and shoots towards the two Grell here. That's gonna be 10 force damage apiece, or no? Is it a dex save?
Intelligence save, fire damage.
Intelligence.
Delicious.
1, 2.
Oh, nice.
So
Jeez,
one
why
save.
are they doing this? They only have a +1.
They are just rolling insanely high on these intelligence saves. So that is going to be 5 and 5 and 5 and 10. Go just left to right.
They're almost as smart as you, brother.
They're not. They have double their intelligence. They just keep getting lucky.
That's not what it looks like to me. Their brains are
And
practically
you did in
fried.
fact. Honestly, their weakest stat was wisdom, but it's not by much at all. It's literally a +0.
Difference. They rolled an 18 and a 19. It doesn't matter.
To answer your question, Morgan, I didn't actually think about that. so,
I'm kind of like 30 feet distance from the edge of the whirlpool here. I think.
I think if you're at the edge,
yeah, I think with how far away you are from the actual swirling whirlpool, you are fine.
Just don't get closer.
Just don't get close.
10 feet, I think it would be a problem. Okay, yeah, you're 25.
Yeah,
feet.
you're
I
25
think
feet.
If you were
You're
20
fine.
to 15 feet, you might be in danger.
So absolutely punch this thing in the face and don't let it drag you.
Thank you.
All right. So, is that the end of your turn?
Movement. Okay. Okay, I had to step 5 feet closer to actually be within range to cast the air bubble. I'm conflicted. There's not a lot of good pathfinding options for me here. I know what I'm gonna do.
Swat at the fireball.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move over here, and I will attempt on my next turn to Misty Step onto the other ship. But that will be my next turn. I am done.
Okay. Up next is the whirlpool. Whirlpool is gonna use majorly the two tentacles up front. One of them is gonna go striking towards Viserys. The other is going to strike again towards Lokir.
Jeez.
So, with that, I'm gonna start with Viserys. That's a 23. You take 20 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
No, never mind, sorry.
As this one pulls you right up to it.
Okay. Okay.
And the next one is going towards Lokir.
Oh no.
29.
Oh, it's
That's
almost a crit.
crit. Yeah,
That crits.
That's crit.
That crits.
That one
So you
almost.
take 40 bludgeoning damage and are
Holy hell.
again grappled.
Wait, a 29 crits?
A 29 crits, look here.
and it for sure crits.
I don't see a green. I think a
Yeah,
30 with
10 over AC, I believe, is
an
what we're doing here.
overly critical.
Yeah. So I'm on the 42.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
And this last
it's
one,
fine. Everything is fine.
and this last one is going to target Cirilla with a.
the death angel.
This is. I'm going to say it right now. This is an automatic hit. Just depends on the crit. It does not crit. So Cirilla takes 22 bludgeoning. Halved. So 11,
Wait. Who's gonna save
What do
me
you mean,
now?
and is also
mean by that?
grappled.
Do you have the damage?
Cirilla have the damage of the bludgeoning of the non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Oh yeah, those things automatically hit on me as well.
They have a
Well,
plus
isn't that
17.
fun?
They have a plus 17 to hit. I'm using a Kraken stat block for this.
Lord.
Of course.
And you
Wait,
are
use
actually getting
blessing
picked
of
up
the
by
Raven.
this one.
Use your blessing of the Raven Queen to miss. Right?
I have 2 more of those.
Oh, I'm
Well, yeah,
looking
she
at the health bar that
also resists
does not is no
bludgeoning.
longer accurate.
Because of
does
being
it-
corporeal.
Does it work? That wait.
Oh, are
when
you
when
still
does
alive?
death go?
Racial.
Or what?
Wait.
Should
You gain
a little
resistance
more-
to all damage when you teleport using this trade. The resistance lasts until the start of your next turn. Aha!
Oh, okay.
You
So
look it up.
you have this damage?
Yeah, so it.
Hell
was
yeah.
24.
Okay. So you're not entirely dead yet. I thought you were straight up
I-
dead for that. I was paying attention. I'm-
I thought I was
Close.
very close
Drops.
to that.
Now he's
No.
still close. I mean, with this damage output, you're still kind of close.
All right.
Yeah, no, I am,
Yeah,
but,
no.
but you know, nice save, Anthony. Nice save.
All right. Cirilla is about to make the ultimate game plan. She's going to spend her bonus action to command the Trojans. Specifically, in the center of the whirlpool stands a lonely Thunderjaw who stands up from its stasis position and is about to rain hell.
Oh no. I mean, yay.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, what?
I'm glad it's on our side. I'm glad it's on our side.
It is going to make 3 disc launcher attacks towards the 3 tentacles that are attacking. 15 hit. 15 does not hit. A 19 hits, and a 16 misses. So if one of them successfully hits, but does not finish off the creature, or does not finish off the tentacle, I'm gonna say going up, down in order of the attacks. Say Viserys, the one that you are hit, the one that you are grappled by, is struck for 29 damage. Literally 30 health per tentacle. So this thing is literally, this tentacle that you're grappled by has 1 HP left.
Punch it.
And Viserys, now that you are grappled as well, you are also going on the Z chart.
Right.
Because and two of these guys and the 2 of the Grells are on the surface level, while this guy is probably down here. And Morgan, you are also going on the Z chart.
Viserys, you have a moral obligation to punch that tentacle to death.
Fight it, breathe on it.
It is
Something.
literally like almost like these three discs all shoot out from a single appendage. You actually are familiar with this, Viserys. It's the weapon you removed from the creature, from the Thunderjaw you had previously fought. As these things come launching forward, these discs shoot out, and as they come, and instead of shooting at the tentacles, they shoot above the tentacles. And then from the center of each of the discs, their faces turn towards the tentacles, and a beam of radiant energy shoots straight out of all three of the discs towards the tentacles. Two of them miss, but one of them strikes dead on and looks like it's just holding on as it cuts like butter through the tentacle. This tentacle is flopping around and it is just waiting to die. Meanwhile,
I noticed you didn't make the deck save for the tentacles to go prone.
let me just verify. Yeah, don't need to.
I'm 100% sure that, I'm 100% sure that was unnecessary.
The Kraken is immune to being prone, surprisingly. Something tells me.
Why is this fish prone in the water?
Crap. Nah, that's bull crap.
I can't trip a Kraken?
Prone it.
And in fact, I think it has the range. Does it have the range? Let me see if this guy has the range for this. No, he does not, unfortunately. They're still gonna get up though. Both of these guys, the back Thunderjaws are also going to stand and are going to attack the two tentacles in the rear. These guys are going to unload the same disc launchers. Both of them shooting 3 times apiece. So, left side, left one. 1, 2, 3. So 2 successful hits, which just eviscerates this one here. This left one. For 29 and then 28 damage. And then, or no. Yep, no, that's correct. And then, I think this is correct. Just incinerates this guy. And then the right one is going to make 3 disc launcher attacks. 1, 2, 3. One of those is going to hit. Not as good as the first one. But still a mighty blow nonetheless.
Yeah.
This one also on its last limbs. And all of the Sunwings are going to make a straight dive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down towards the... And you see how useful the Z chart is, because they just make a straight dive down and are just barely out of range to attack, to actually start attacking the tentacles. And with that, that is the end of Cyrilla's turn. The Iliad don't have anything to shoot at unless they want to try to fire a ballista at these Grell.
You don't got crossbows? Longbows?
They are infantrymen, so no.
Oh, Sarah.
So they are just gonna hold back, wait for something to actually board them. Arya.
Okay. Okay, get that close. Just get to the edge right there. How close are they to me? Oh, good heavens, that's perfect.
Oh,
2 feet away from me.
Perfect long jump distance.
No, I'm not gonna jump.
No, jump into my ball of fire.
Burning hands.
Boil the fish! Boil the
Oh
fish!
hell
You're
yeah!
cornered by
Burning
fire, fill it with
flame.
fire.
Burning hands. All right.
Yep.
So that's a dex save from both of them. DC 14. They both fail. They
Are you
both
kidding me?
fail. As
What is this luck?
Why?
not a lot of luck
Eight,
though.
We're
So
only 3d6. I gotta roll it separately. I rolled 3d6.
Hey, I mean, we're gonna chip them down. Just keep spraying fire at them.
you come
Probably have resistance anyway.
you come rushing forward and just with your hammer you point at them and a giant cone of fire just unleashes forward from your hammer, enveloping them in even more flames alongside the runes.
Take damage at the start of their turns or at the end of their turns with that.
It's the end of their turns. It's the end of their turns unless it's Akamero's turn and he actively moves the flame into their space.
Understood. Thank goodness for Warcaster. Also,
We need Warcaster for it.
for dual wielding, I can't. If I was a single wielder, it would have been fine. But as a dual wielder, I need Warcaster. Let's see. They're that far away. Well, I
type.
guess I could. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. That ends my turn.
All
I'll
right.
wait on them. But my AC is now back to 19, though. So.
Viserys, you are grappled in the jaws of this tentacle. What you gonna do?
Yes, and since my arms are pinned down, I can't really do anything with my hands. I'm instinctually just going to bite, and just say "fuck off" and chomp down with all my might onto.
Okay.
So I don't have an unarmed.
You are
attack.
able to actually use like your weapons during while you are in. You just
Grappled.
let
Okay.
me verify if the
Doesn't-
grappled gives you any penalty to your attacks.
Oh,
If he
okay.
was
It might give you
restrained,
disadvantage.
grappled.
The condition condition ends at the end. No, it literally just means that your movement speed is reduced to 0 while grappled, so you can just attack. Full head, whatever you want to do. Hand axe?
hand
Alright, go for
axe.
it.
Thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
slashing.
the tentacles have a damage threshold, and that does not make it. The damage threshold basically means that you have to deal a certain amount of damage before they actually take that damage, and that hand axe isn't doing it.
All right.
Okay.
But you still have multi-attack,
And-
so go ahead and you can definitely
Right.
attack multiple with that axe multiple times. But I will say, even with max damage with that axe, unless actually,
That was-
Cool.
and that 9 is not going to do it
Come on.
either. Doesn't break the AC.
Is that close?
What is?
Is that not close? Because that's strength and not dex on that attack roll. And if it's thrown, it should. Or is this thrown? I'm confused.
It is a he is grapple. He is grappled and he's actively just
Okay.
attacking with the hand axe,
Okay.
just straight up.
And it's strength.
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
It's strength. All right, and I'm at. Do.
Is
Fine.
breathing acid on them a bonus action or?
That's an action.
Dang it.
Yeah. All right. That's
Oh, wow.
I can't. There's nothing else. And since we don't have cannons on our ships,
If
our
I
guys
may,
can't do anything.
if I may ask, go ahead and roll a history check. This isn't going to be an action or a bonus action. Just go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Okay.
15. So you remember when you first got this axe back from Hephaestus. Hephaestus had reminded you that there might that not reminded you, but informed you that it is a recall. The recall battle axe is exactly how it is, but there is a small additional feature that you have, and he didn't really say what exactly it was, but it has something to do with your breath weapon.
Right. Yep. Yep. And okay. Yeah, I can only use the breath weapon once. I hate to. And I don't think I can spray. It doesn't spray. It sprays in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that breath weapon's also an action. I couldn't use it anyway in this round. Yeah. Next time.
There's
For
always
future
next round.
reference. Yeah.
Next round.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And that is back to the top of the round. We have Morgan. You are no longer paralyzed, no longer poisoned. This dude is at such a low enough health that it will probably just be one simple attack towards this Grell to knock him out.
Am I restrained?
You are grappled, but that does not mean. But you could still attack.
Ah.
Really, normally grapples. It's fun,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Okay, so that's just a flat attack roll then.
Yep.
It's modifier.
Oof.
An 11 is gonna just barely miss.
Oh no!
A bonus action
Use your
attack.
action to bring-
Okay.
19 is gonna hit.
God.
Go ahead and roll for
God.
damage.
Your psychic point. As good as for psionics.
Normal damage. Oh, no, sorry, it's 1d4 plus 6. That's 2 less.
2 less, so it's 8.
Yeah.
Okay. You doubled the amount of damage you needed to. As this Grell staggering in the air, trying to hold on to you, you just fucking just hit it with straight through the mouth with a psychic blade, and it just drops into the water along with you. But you are no longer grappled. And you have a little
And
air
now
bubble.
I'm gonna be in the water.
Yep.
I'm in the water.
Is it double movement speed for swimming if you don't have a swim speed?
Yes, it is. So you can move 15 feet right now.
That's
Okay.
almost on the domus.
You're right at
Here we go.
90 feet.
Yeah.
All done.
I'm just gonna ignore that everybody's probably moving at a min. Anyways.
I'm
Okay.
athletic, so-
We all immediately cut sails.
Yeah. I don't think this whirlpool is moving anywhere. All right. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
All good.
All right.
You lived.
You did it.
Alive.
The remaining Grells are going to make an advancement again.
They gotta make their intelligence saves as well.
That's end of turn, not start.
That's the end of their turn. So they're actively moving out of the circle, so that they don't have to make that save, and they're going to make they're going to make 2 attacks towards Arya and 2 attacks towards the Inheriar.
I rolled in higher.
So first to Arya. 1, 2.
Awful.
Fucking
Awful.
hell!
You love
All
to see
right.
it.
Very.
And then the Inheriar. 1, 2.
That's
Well,
what, 9
It's
9 damage, no conditions. It's fine.
1 damage, no conditions, except for grappled.
It is grappled.
Meh.
I'm glad it wasn't me, and they still have reach.
You are fully like a golem stone face of the entire thing.
Oh yeah, you wanna know what's funny? I realized they have a feature that's gonna honestly work. I just gotta hang on tight to the shell.
That was a
Walk along
what?
the
That was a
surface.
17. The 17 would have missed, but the 20 is going to hit. And that's going to be 4 piercing. Do they have? Where did the stat just go? I'm like trying to scan through a sea of collapsed stat blocks right now, trying to figure out where the fuck the Inheriar went every single time, and that 4 is going to be halved to 2 piercing damage.
Love to see it.
But he is still grappled, unfortunately. And and this guy's gonna take him, bring him out here,
Hey,
and he's gonna just let him go into the water. Into the water.
They don't swim good, do they?
can't swim.
If you recall the last Nahuatl you were with, ventured on the surface of the ocean, accompanying you.
It was big.
We have to drop anchor for him to get back up.
These are obsidian warriors, so they are definitely too big for that shit.
They don't swim. They fall.
They
Do
do
the
not swim.
and
that
that
Inheriar-
Romanian doing this have rope?
And then Harryar is going on the Z chart.
Very low on the Z chart.
Very low on the Z
I don't
chart.
think it can be
Any lower.
It can't go on the steep.
It's gonna drop, like, it's gonna keep dropping at every single turn of Cyrilla's. But yeah, so there is that, and they are actually going to do a smarty pants thing, and they're gonna split up.
No.
Whoa, hold on.
Quit that. That hurt my feelings.
I know. I want them to fight me. They just
Okay.
ran away. Coward.
Okay.
And you know what? Now it is, in fact, time to put your flaming sphere on the Z chart. Just because I wanna.
You're going mad with power. I will not stand for this.
Tyranny.
Just going on the Z chart. And you know what? These bitches are going up. One's going up, the other's going down. What will he do?
Horrendous. Horrendous behavior. Okay.
Alright. Lokir.
I'm just gonna use my bonus action to teleport exactly where I was before you grabbed me.
You love to see it. You simply
Okay.
love to see it.
Only because I cannot actually make it here from the position I was. And yeah, and then just fucking Elder's Blast,
The perfect cantrip.
the one holding
Yes.
Zarilla.
It's the best one.
I'm gonna Elder's Blast the one holding Zarilla.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the one towards Cyrilla.
Ow. Yeah.
Okay. The 22 is going to hit for 14 force damage.
Uh-huh. Then I'm gonna fucking attack it again.
Okay.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. No.
16 is not going to hit. And in fact, the 14 does not break its damage threshold.
Uh-huh.
Not let it
Womp,
go.
womp.
Fun stuff. I'm gonna run.
What do you mean run?
I'm
He's on a boat. He's on a boat. He can do that.
running and hiding behind the fucking.
I guess the 7th level teleport, I'm gone.
You know, I'm teleporting and then I'm running, and that's.
Are you hiding underneath? Are you hiding underneath the Thunderjaw?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's like a little baby bird just hiding underneath of its mother.
Is that full cover or half cover?
I'm gonna say half cover because it's standing up, but if it was still in stasis mode, it would definitely be full cover. But okay. So that is the end of your turn, Lokir.
Yeah.
Okay, Akamero. You...
Okay.
I think you also still have control of where the fireball, the flaming sphere is on the Z chart.
Yeah.
Just.
Morgan, do you have the one that's approaching?
Hmm?
Do you have the one that's approaching you? I think reasonably you'll be able to sneak attack it.
I do want to clarify. The one going down is the one that dropped the Inheriar, and the one going up is the one towards Morgan. So that one's just completely abandoned
Okay.
Morgan.
Okay. Then yeah, okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is Misty Step. Yeah, right there's good.
Okay.
And then I will simply.
Ooh.
Okay. My fireball is also a bonus action. Can I do both of them? Using my
No.
action.
Misty Step and a fireball? Oh, are you using your magic item?
Misty Step using my Ring of Misty Step, and then it's a bonus action to move my flaming sphere.
Oh, okay. I'll say
Can I use
yeah.
my action to? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, go ahead for it.
Then I'll send this one over. That's 15 feet of movement that way. And how much movement does this thing actually have? I can move 30 feet on a turn. So yeah, I'm gonna match it on the Z chart. Get
Okay.
ruined, fool.
Yeah, you can. I'm just saying you can like, however like feet of movement you are moving, you can just move the same up and down the Z chart. It doesn't. I'm not gonna be cruel. I'm not gonna be that cruel. All right, a deck save or 8 fire damage.
Intelligence save.
Intelligence save. My bad.
Yeah.
A 4. It crit fails.
Finally.
It takes
You
double that.
love to see it. 16 burn.
Intellectual fire.
As this one kind of distracted by the Inheriar, you are just able to slam this flame sphere into the brain. Into the brain and completely engulf it.
And I can't communicate with the Inheriar at all, can
I? Not yet, because do you remember if you had a band or if you were still waiting on one from Cirilla?
Don't believe I got one. No.
So unfortunately, no.
Oh.
And it is also a bonus action she's using a bonus action to command those.
Okay. Well then, that is. I still have movement actually, and I have no penalties on anything I'm currently doing if I just keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna.
You see the 3 people in that triangle beside you are the 3 commanders that you have been training, as they are kind of just like watching and observing their crew trying to assemble and ready for battle, as you kind of move over to the other side of the deck.
Let me check something. I forget what spells we taught them.
I think I forgot too, and in fact, I don't think I can actually recover from the stream what I.
I'm going through my notes. I had to find which session it was.
They didn't learn any of my ward magic, so I.
Blade Ward, that's what it was. You taught them multiple. You taught them multiple. Blade Ward was one of them. It was a group. It was a collection of your own cantrips. That's what I remember. So it might have been all 3, depending on how many cantrips you actually have.
We taught them 3. So Blade Ward, probably Thaumaturgy, and I don't remember what the third one was. So they don't have an offensive cantrip.
All right.
It's either mending or something.
I think mending was the third one.
All right.
Might as well mend their.
Well, that's not useful now. So
I will try to remember to write that down again. But anyways, so is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Now Cirilla, at the start of the hole's turn, is going to have to make a Constitution save.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Oh, that's a good con save, though.
It is a good con save, but still, as you can see, Cirilla is trying to use her wrist device to command the Nahuatl. You could just see her form dissipates into a cloud of black smoke from within the grasp of the tentacle, and she disappears.
Did she Misty Step, or did it look like she just died?
It does not look like... It looked like a spell. You aren't sure what exactly the spell is.
Okay. She might still be alive then. That's good.
Meanwhile, these guys are going. The remaining 2 attacks are going to go specifically towards the Thunderjaws that had attacked. So,
Oh, boy.
let me just verify the AC. The AC is 17, so these are automatic hits. One, 2. Those are crits. So, 35 and a 34
35 and 30.
for
What?
for let me verify if they have resistance. They do have resistance, so it counters the crit.
43 total.
So 43 total. Let me just it's distributed. One is taking one hit and one is taking the other. So
Okay.
22 and 21. So that's going to be doesn't do as much. Doesn't do a lot to these things. They are very tanky boys.
Yes.
We love our tanky boys.
But
In
even
a
still,
magical-
Lokir, you can Lokir as you stand underneath of this Thunderjaw and a giant tentacle comes slamming down. You can still feel it kind of shake and shudder as it like drops a good like foot down towards you before it corrects itself as the tentacle releases it. Because it cannot grapple. It's too big. Anyways, with that, Cyrilla's turn passes. It is the commanders. The commanders. What spells did you teach them?
Blade Ward, Thaumaturgy, and Mending.
Okay, so they still can't really do anything.
No, they need more time.
Mhm.
Actually,
Cyrilla's
even actually offensive cantrip, and they need to learn leveled spells.
Actually, I take that back. Cyrilla's turn passes, but so the way the mechanics I've decided are it's only you are using a bonus action to give the Nahuatl a command. But after you give that command, they will continue to enact the command without having to expend a bonus action until they've completed the so the very basic destroy the giant tentacles command is still inputted. So all of these guys are still going to attack. And in fact, it's gonna go one. Oh, actually no. This guy is sinking. So he's gonna sink.
Where's my
50.
Where's my communication device?
Boom, boom, boom. That one in Harriar sinks 15 feet into the water. These two prepare the ballista, but unfortunately it takes 3 actions because they can't shoot the ballista just yet. Meanwhile, the Thunderjaws are going to make more attacks towards these tentacles. The central Thunderjaw is going to make 3 disc launcher attacks, just because it can keep doing so. 1, 2, 3. The 29, I believe, crits.
Crit Blaster.
Yes, the 29 crits, and the 16 misses. So continuing with this up and down.
That's 2 full kills, isn't it?
That is that. And then that is 21.
Oh, or no, the 21's the crit, right?
Yep, 21
yeah.
is a crit. And
Yeah. It's just picked off too, I think.
yep. So that one's gone, that one's gone. Viserys, the tentacle that you are attached to severs, and you drop to the ground. And you drop at the start of your turn. You will drop to the ground, to the base level of your ship, which is going to deal some fall damage. But we'll get to that later. On your turn. Meanwhile, this guy is going to make an attack with the cannon burst just to try to see if they can finish off. Crit, fail, a crit success for 44 radiant damage. Literally
I like that
only
number.
needed to do 5 damage. And it is
Ash
done.
Now.
Okay. And that is
Where's
the
his
end
main
of...
body at?
What's up?
Where's the main body at? I'm just waiting for that sucker to come showing its ugly maw.
Where are all the tentacles coming from?
Yeah,
That
that's
is...
what
And
I'm
that is
not
the end of
happy
that.
about.
Maybe we should move that ship if we can.
But it has a thunder jaws on it. You can't lose that one.
The Iliad commanders are going to just hold out until something happens. Unless Akamaru, you recommend something to them. Can't really do anything. They're kind of sitting... They're kind of just like, we can't do anything. We're sitting ducks.
Yeah.
No crossbows, no cannons. Losers.
We can't break
Unfortunately.
formation. We can't break formation unless we want to crash into one of our ships. We're too tightly packed. And with that, that's the end of their turn. A lot of complaining. Anyways, Arya,
Everyone took the dodge action.
they use their action and bonus action to complain.
Yeah.
Arya.
How tall is it to get up to the roof? How high?
It is. I'd say 10. I'd say 6 feet per level. Probably more like 7 or 8 feet. We'll say an even 10 feet per level. So we'll go. So it's
I'm just gonna
20 feet
climb
up.
alongside the wall. Yeah, climb
Okay.
alongside the wall, get up there, just place myself right here, and I'm just gonna take out my crossbow and just be petty this time and shoot that one that's flying.
Okay. I'm
Alright.
just gonna put you.
Reload. Fire again. There we go.
A 17 is gonna hit. I'm putting you on the. You're going on the chart again.
Yay, I'm on the chart now. I'm above
Alright.
you, low blocks.
So
Yeah,
you
but I'm
are
attacking
20.
This guy.
Oh, that's
Damage.
Akamaru
That
again.
guy. And yeah, that ends with my just equip the crossbow after that. Swords. Stuff. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, that was my turn. Those 2 shots.
All right.
Getting my
The 17
Melee's back
is
out.
going to hit for 7 piercing damage.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not the best at the dex, but I'm decent.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Enough to spit out. Just get my other weapons back out, and yeah, and my
All right.
don't need to hold on this crossbow.
Viserys. You are going. So Viserys, you are dropping, from where you are now. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 feet. So
No,
I believe that's a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie.
You are also going to take. You are also going to take. Yeah, it's 10. It's after 10 feet. He dropped 20 feet.
Oh boy, yeah. That's 2d6 fall damage?
Yep.
D6
I think.
and
Gonna take it like a champ.
It is a d6 of bludgeoning for every 10 feet you fall. It
Dexterity
says it's
13.
it says it's an automatic.
Oh.
It says it's an automatic fall prone, but for now I'll just an automatic prone doesn't really do anything to you just because you can just get back up with half your movement. So with that, you take 6 bludgeoning damage. You fall prone, and it's another 15 feet for you to get up. And it is your turn.
Alright. All right, so with my remaining movement, I'm going to move 15 feet. That puts me about right there. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Bonus.
again.
No worry about it.
Okay. And yeah, I'm going to cast. I'm going to use my breath weapon. I'm going to turn Sylvia's blade up to kind of cut in, or to be glistened with the acid as I'm
Okay.
breathing it. Okay.
And you are shooting out a line of acid and hitting your axe with it as well. Okay. So
Yeah, I'm dipping it
what is the
from underneath.
what is the saving throw for that? For the acid?
That is DC 13 dexterity, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, DC 13 dexterity save.
And if this is half damage or is this no damage? On a
No
save.
damage.
Okay.
It's half damage on a save.
13.
Motherfucker.
So he just saves.
Oh.
But as you come forward and looking at your axe, you aim it just right so you can still to be hit by the acid. You unleash this breath weapon. It shoots out, and it seems to collide with the creature, but it doesn't seem to really penetrate any of its skin. But as you do, you finish your breath weapon and you look back to your blade, and you can see the acid seems to have crystallized. It seems to be bubbling still on the axe blade itself, sizzling with your acidic kind of fumes kind of emerging from the blade. You are now also going to add whenever you make an attack whenever you roll for damage with this weapon, you are also going to add your breath weapon damage to this attack.
Sick. Okay.
And it's also a recalling, so you can. It's also a recalling battle axe, so you can throw it at the thing, and it'll just call back into you, as well.
Okay.
Just for your
And with
knowledge.
the extra attack, can I throw it?
Sure, go for it.
Fantastic. All right.
Unfortunate. That is going to be a miss. It's almost like when in God of War you're throwing it at Jormungandr, it just goes spiraling and disappears, and then you just wait a second before all of a sudden you just see it come flying back like a frisbee, and you catch it in your hand.
Yep. Come on, go.
Actually,
And
let me.
that's it.
It's still gonna. So, I also. Let me make a second clarification to your rules. Every time you throw this weapon as well, it is at however far you throw it, you are essentially also hitting a breath weapon, using your breath weapon. So the entire area in which the entire line in which you had thrown the axe to hit the creature is also as if you had used your breath weapon. So it is going to make another dex save to avoid your breath weapon again. It is going to save, but it's going to take half of this damage instead. So go ahead and roll again for your breath weapon damage.
Okay. Bruh.
Damn, unfortunate. That's just not.
Jeez.
That is just unlucky.
Very.
Again, you
didn't
just
like it.
watch it just sizzle on the surface of its skin, but it seems to be able to toughen it out and not penetrate.
Rubbery piece of crap.
All right. With that, we are back to the top of the round. Morgan.
Okay, am I able to take steady aim from the surface of the water? It just says it reduces your movement to 0, so I'm should we be taking the movement of the account, or are you going to allow
Try
it?
it for 0.
I feel like so.
You aren't near
The problem is that
so-
yes, it reduces your speed to 0 and it gives you advantage on your next attack roll. The problem is that being in the water would give you just disadvantage while you are, so it's basically canceling, so your steady aim is canceling out the disadvantage of you being in the water.
Dang it.
So if you want to, you can in fact do that. It just,
You should be able
It
to
just-
climb on Domus and.
or you can
fly.
climb on Domus and then just make a regular
Yeah.
attack.
That's what I was thinking.
Climb on Domus, then you have the movement left.
No,
Well, I guess you
Yeah.
can't even do speed.
yeah, you can't use that if you move at all.
Yeah, so it'll just be a regular set of attacks then.
Well,
Okay.
you still have your,
You could see,
can hide now.
you could see as you were like swimming back to catch up to Domus, you could see Domus's big head just rear around, looking at all of the battle, and sees you just at the back trying to catch up, and you could just see his foot emerge from underneath of you and just pick you up and allowing you to safely rest against the side of the wall.
That
As
must
you
be
are
one.
clinging onto the side of the wall, you can definitely go ahead and make an attack.
Smart for a tortoise.
Yeah.
You better not catch you saying that. A 22 is going to crit. So go ahead and roll for damage. And sneak attack damage.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, because you crit, so so this is going to add your sneak attack damage as well.
Heck yeah, so I'll roll that as a crit. There
So
we
much
go.
overkill.
Okay? That is, okay, so that's 11. And then go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
Do I apply crit to that as well?
No, it's just a straight, standard crit, standard damage.
There you go.
Okay? 12.
Very
Alright.
nice, though.
This 11 is going to be turned into a 17 just because with my normal rules of how I do crit damage, just doubling the initial damage, I'll just add the modifier to the, it would just add the modifier twice. So that's going to be 17 and then 12 for a total of 29 piercing damage. And you watch as you are soaking, dripping wet, and just clinging on from one side of Domus while holding out your crossbow to the other. Or no, this is a psychic blade, so you're just like holding and readying to throw it, and you kind of sink it just straight down, throw it, and this poor little dude, it just seeming to be on its last limbs, your psychic blade slices cleanly through the brain's body, and it drops to the floor into the water dead.
Nice work there.
Right before its turn, too. Love to see it.
With my bonus action, I'm just gonna do a follow-up attack.
I mean, that thing
Okay.
over there.
Going, hitting this guy? Okay. 22 is once again gonna crit. Sweet Jesus. Alright. So you can just go ahead and roll it normally, or yeah, go ahead.
Blue.
Blue, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Blue.
that's an interesting turn of events. Okay, so that's going to be
Oh,
another
blue damage.
another 17 damage, and then go ahead and roll crit again, or go ahead and roll sneak attack again,
Oh,
because this was also a crit. Yeah. Okay. Was the 11 was the 2d4 plus 6 was that crit damage or was that not crit damage?
yeah, I right click to roll as crit, so
Oh, okay. Just making sure. So that
maybe
is
some
17.
trouble.
That is 17 and then so 25 piercing damage. And so you go throw a psychic blade into one, slices it open and drops to the water. You turn and just instinctually turn and kind of do a swipe with another psychic blade. It goes spiraling into the swirl of runes and comes out the other side, slicing through the second grell, and this guy is also out and down in the water.
Nice work.
Proud of you. And that's my turn.
All right, perfect. These guys are done. There are no more grells. Lokir.
On the first glance, do I recognize the magic that happened on Zarilla? Like, is it maybe similar with what was her name?
Make a history check.
Okay. Not very good.
It's a high DC. Oh my god. Okay. On a natural 20. Hot damn. On a natural 20. You recognize that teleport. You recognize that. It is a teleport. But it's a very specific teleport. A teleport that you barely remember. Because you remember a certain mind flare making its entrance into a darkened laboratory using a very similar smoky black entrance. So the tentacle seems to have teleported Cerilla wherever it wanted to or wherever it could. But you recognize that.
Oh no, a forced
I don't
What the fuck are they doing here?
I think the implication is that Charybdis is a mind flayer.
Yeah, but
That
the
is
problem is that they're a bit far from home, you see. I mean, I guess it's been like 5 years, right? Yeah, it's been a while.
You have in fact heard of the recent events of the mind flares, and I'll get back to that, and we'll have that whole discussion when we're out of combat. But yes, you from what you have heard about the events of Silva, current events, this is out of pocket, especially. This is out of pocket. This doesn't seem right. Like they shouldn't be here right now, if it is them.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the left tentacle.
Okay.
While hiding under the thingy.
Okay. Go for it. 17 is not going to hit.
Fuck, it's fine. We have a second one.
29 is going to crit.
Okay, so
So it crits and then crits again. So I don't even have to roll for damage. It's just done. Or I don't even have to detract any. It's just obliterated.
okay, let me check distance real quick. You know, I'm gonna turn into a raven with my bonus action and then just move over.
Is it wild shape rules?
I'm gonna move over. Wait. Because I don't want to be with.
From what I remember, from what I know, Lokir is in fact not a druid.
Yeah, no.
Like,
So,
if he gets hit here while he's a raven.
yeah, no, I have the stats of a raven, and I can only dash and help and stuff. I'm gonna move over there. I'm pretty sure it's out of range of the tentacle, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, let's see. You started underneath of the Thunderjaw. Going from the closest bit here. Yeah, okay, yeah. You have been out of range, because the range of 30 feet, so you are perfectly out of range.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna fly there and just sail for now.
Okay,
It's my turn.
alright. Akamero.
Okay. First one's pretty easy. Gonna move my flaming sphere. Let me double check if I can not burn Lokir.
Let me just send this fire flaming spear over to the next one. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay,
Just engulfs Lokir and just passes through as a human. Just falls into the
Oh,
water.
well, point of order. Lokir is above the fireball.
Well, Lokir.
According to
No,
yeah.
no. That's wrong. I was.
according to the Z chart.
Yeah. But
so the
but
Z
I
chart.
should be-
So you should be like right here. Is the height of
Yeah.
where if you want to ascend while you're flying, you can certainly do so. Or if you want to
No, no,
descend,
no,
you
no.
can also do so. But you can
Wait,
just
that-
remain
that's not-
constant.
Yeah, I don't want to use the movement to.
I mean, you already cleared.
Yeah,
the
the-
magnetic sphere for
You already
something.
cleared that.
Okay,
It's,
yeah.
the distance you cleared won't change if you go up or down. It's basically, so you can just use. You can essentially ascend and descend the Z chart as much as you actually have movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could go like 5 spaces up or down if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Freely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can actually just like hover above it, and because the tentacle has to come from the water, if it tries to approach you, it at least has to tank it.
Actually, I should have it below it, no? Because the tentacle comes from above.
Well, no. If you're above it, it has to go through the entire flaming sphere to approach you.
No, but the tentacles, it's going to come from the top part of the tentacle, no? Which is like the high up. It's not
Well,
going to come from
positioning-
below, actually. So.
Positioning
you're
is
saying.
kind of agnostic to that. Realistically, probably it's got a reach, and it doesn't actually need to get that close. So, more than likely, it doesn't matter at all. But
I just don't want to get swallowed up by, whatever is coming up from below.
yeah, we'll make it work. Okay, I need to figure out what spell I'm casting. Let's see. I think this is the one I want. Oh yes, it is certainly the one I want. I will be upcasting Guiding Bolts
Okay.
at a 3rd level. And then I will also be supercharging it using my alchemical casting. Let's see.
Jesus Christ!
Okay.
Why don't you just fucking
Okay.
boom, boom, boom,
yes,
boom?
yeah,
Jesus
it works.
Christ!
I don't actually have to. I don't have to use my alchemical casting here. That's already more than enough.
Okay, so
I'll
remind
say
me
that's-
again. What was your alchemical casting? Which
The
part of
alchemical
that was?
casting, I would have spent an extra 1st level spell slot to add 2d10 force.
Okay. So none of
yeah.
that damage. So none of this damage is. This damage is
Yeah.
before the alchemical casting.
Yes. it
Great.
is.
Awesome. Love that. So you didn't even have to upcast that. It's
Oh, no,
you,
it is-
you
oh,
finished
no,
it
that's
without
not-
the.
yeah.
You didn't even. No, not at all, because the higher level
Oh,
you only
yeah, no,
added.
yeah,
You only
you
had
already-
12. The
Yeah.
31 that you deal just from the from the base level guiding bolt already plenty enough.
God, that's wonderful. Okay. That's I'm glad. I'm
I am happy.
what a satisfying turn. I'll get a little bit of movement in here too. Just Okay. And I'm very happy with that turn.
Okay.
Mhm.
The whirlpool with one remaining tentacle is going to expend its entire turn not attacking. Instead,
It revives all the other tentacles.
there is a moment of silence before the whirlpool, out from the whirlpool,
Oh,
emerges
no.
4 more tentacles.
Repetitive.
Who said this was allowed?
Me,
sure
when I
it-
made this goddamn... What the fuck is going on? Every single time I control paste, it sends me into the it sends my screen into the corner of the fucking
Oh, weird.
of Roll20 of the map.
I find
Alright.
Roll20 has variations of how it's non-functional every day. It's
Yeah,
never the same issue.
it's so fun.
Let's see.
And it's gonna regain that much health from that. Okay.
Oh no!
It regained health.
It regained health. You don't just
Why?
regenerate limbs without regaining health. Anyway.
I thought it was just setting more limbs up, not regenerating them.
It's regenerating.
It
I
is in
guess
fact
we might
regen-
not even know that. It's under the water.
I think we have to kill all of them simultaneously.
That is some actual.
Don't worry, that was the
We
one.
can
Why don't we
do
just vote
It's
in
fine.
the
It's
round?
fine. Mechanically, that was the one and only time it can actually do that. It can only do that once per day. It's
Oh,
still
I'm glad I could do that. I'm not glad I can do that. I wish it was
Alright.
a 1. Why did I have to roll a 4?
Yeah, there was a high potential that it was only gonna gain one more limb. The Iliad commanders are like, well, fuck, we still can't do anything.
Do you
Arya,
guys not have crossbows?
Okay, so
where the fuck are the
down
archers?
this wall, 10 feet. Okay, 5, 10. Go up to that ballista, and it's not a fixed, right? It's a rotator.
Yeah,
Like
you
ballista.
can.
I'm gonna aim it at this one down here.
Okay. I'll just rotate it.
And
real
what
quick.
does it take to roll for a ballista?
Let me look at the stats at the stat sheet real quick for this thing. It's probably in one of the. I don't know if you guys have access to any of the ship vehicles, or not.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Let me see.
That's a cannon. That one only has a cannon. Okay. There is so the ballista. There is a +6 to this hit. So go ahead and roll a d20. And you're going to add 6 to this modifier. To this. And you are also within range because the base range is 120 feet for a bolt.
Yeah, I know these things have the range. I was
Yeah.
not concerned about it. Okay, please be good.
An 11 is not going to do it.
Garbage. These ballistas are garbage. The automatons can reload that.
Okay, that was your action.
I'll have some movement. Okay. Not much I can do. I mean, I'll just take some bonus action to load this thing. I just want to get one.
It's
But
just
that's done on this
it is a total of, so you need to use, in order to fire a bolt, you need to use 3 actions to load, aim, and fire it. You can use your attack actions. Each attack action can be used like one of its normal actions. So you just spent one of your attack actions to fire it, so you can use more of your attack actions to load it, so that way they can fire it in their next turn.
Okay. And I will load it so that uses my second one.
Okay.
And all they gotta do is fire it now. As I'm
Yep.
gonna use my.
And there's enough of them so they can do that in their next turn.
That's 10 feet down, and that was a 5-foot square, so 5 and go another 10 feet back to the roof. And call
Okay.
it good.
All right. Sounds good.
Calamari.
Viserys,
All right.
you've now
Viserys
got two
getting
more tentacles in your vicinity.
Mm-hmm. Getting frustrated with it so far. So I'm done fucking around, and grabs the disc launcher
Okay.
and fires at this one
shit.
directly in front.
You know, I forgot about that thing too. Okay.
So that's one.
17 is going to hit.
Okay.
Another 17
Yeah,
another
gonna
17.
hit.
Taking some damage.
And 29.
You have all 3. You can hit all 3 times. I know you have multi
That's
attack.
what I was. Well, Was
Doesn't
it
have
not, does it
three.
not shoot out
Unless-
three?
wait.
Shoots
Oh,
out
it's-
3, right?
So the Thunderjaw can shoot it 3 times because that's part of its multi-attack feature.
Oh, that's right.
But
that's
you
right,
are only
that's
able
right,
to
that's
shoot out 1 disc per turn because you can only shoot 1 disc per attack action. So
Okay.
That means you only
you can
Alright,
those
cool.
two first attacks definitely hit, and if you want to,
Okay.
you can hit 1 to kill it. You can hit one of that second one will one shot one of these tentacles, so you can hit 1
Right.
per.
Yeah. So, and I have enough distance to get to the second one, right?
Yeah,
It's a little out of range.
you're able to
Probably
move
get
as well.
This one over.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You can hit one and
first
then
one.
move over to the other.
Right. Let's crit the first one to my right, and then I will move to the edge of the deck and let off the other.
All right, so this is reduced to 2 health. As let me check. It's 3, so that and just verifying because this thing does have a you guys can't see it, but there is a collective health. There is a like red health of this thing. That's why all the tentacles health are blue.
Yeah.
They like temporary HP essentially. Is that what
They
it's
all
running
have
off
so
of?
so each tentacle has separate HP, but it's all part of a combined health of the creature.
Oh, this is some.
Which is
Sword
why-
Art Online have both bars of
which is
HP.
why-
Bull crap.
Yeah, which is why it gained health at when it regenerated 4 tentacles because it gained that health back. So this one is completely dead. So unlike the Thunderjaws, the way they shoot out the disc launchers is they just shoot them upwards, and the discs will shoot out a beam from the face. You don't have the luxury of having them being able to shoot. So you try to shoot up into the air, and instead it just keeps going and going and going, and then just collides and explodes into a burst of radiant fire, and deals the same amount, but still deals the same amount of damage as you then turn and blow and shoot at the base of one of the tentacles, and this one comes teetering to the ground, to the floor, and sinks into the depths.
Sick.
All right. That 29 though. That 29 would have definitely. That 29 would have
Yeah, I
also
know.
one shot.
I know. That's. Bonus action. Nah, I don't need it. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. So we are at the top of the round, but it is a 3:15. Do we want to hold off here, or do we want to keep it going? How's everyone feeling?
I'm good to go.
I'm up. I mean, unless anybody else is tired.
Jason's wide awake.
I'm not that tired.
I want calamari.
I don't disagree with you, honestly. It is
John,
only 1
Da-
o'clock. I
John,
don't wanna leave.
Daisy, how you guys feeling?
Well, for me it's morning. I literally woke up at session time. So
Fair enough. Morgan, I know it's like ass crack of dawn right now for you, I think.
Yeah, either or.
Okay. We will keep it going then. And with that in mind, it is your turn.
Climb, girl, climb. On this turtle.
Yeah, Morgan's gonna look for a way to climb up properly.
Yeah, sure. You can definitely get to even with halving your climbing speed, you can definitely make it to this platform here.
Excellent.
It's like a platform where the main chimney is, and that'll cost all of your movement for this turn.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely cunning action dash as well.
Yeah, I think I will, just because I can't really do much this turn.
Okay. You can you can move freely on this platform up until about here. From there, it's more climbing to the others, towards the ballista front.
I'll try and make my way to the ballista.
Okay.
Where are the doors on this thing? I feel like we got our doors.
It is
way up
just-
the turtle and mentioned windows.
There is just one door, and it's the front door.
But there's so many windows, you can do whatever you want to.
That is true.
So...
But by the time you get to the nearest window, you are already on the floor, so you can just walk around. Oh,
Full fucking
well.
window.
I see one big ass line.
What do you
Are you gonna try to shoot at it?
Yeah, I'll do it with disadvantage at long range.
All right.
move?
Just because
Well,
Ugh,
I mean,
another
even with disadvantage.
another 22. Hold on, wait.
wow.
Let me take a look at this. So that's yeah, no, that's a 13 and a 15. you oh, that okay. That would have crit on a Grell, but these have a higher AC, so that hits normally.
Nice shot.
Still 11 damage. And that is not going to break its damage threshold. So the arrow goes flying and pings off the hide of these tentacles.
Morgan makes a rude gesture at the tentacle. And then her turn.
Fair enough.
All right. Look here. You now surprisingly, you now have another tentacle that is just sprung
Yeah.
up directly behind you.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Just back that like 15 feet
wait,
up and left.
I'm gonna move it so it's in the appropriate square. There it is.
It shouldn't have been there. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna move up to here. Use my action to turn back to an actual human. And then use
Let me
my
just-
bonus action.
Let me just check real quick. You are leaving its field of attack.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
If you go, so it will have an attack of opportunity against you,
It will. Okay.
unless you want to.
Okay,
With that
okay.
knowledge in mind, do you still want to move there?
I can move up to here, turn back to human with my action mid there, and then teleport out
Okay.
of its attack range. Teleport there, sure.
Okay.
And that's my last use of my Blessing of the Raven Queen. So if I get
Sounds-
grabbed, not grab me
Sounds good. Alright.
That's my turn.
Okay. Akamero.
Alright. First step. Orb. Get orbed, idiot.
All right. Dex save.
Intelligence.
Intelligence save.
Yes.
Okay.
How smart is a crack?
Slightly worse. Just
Yeah.
slightly. Still
Still
saves.
rolled a 20, as expected.
And I'm guessing
Like
that doesn't
worst rolls of 20.
threshold. Okay.
No, unfortunately.
Okay. That's no big deal, because I'm gonna do the same thing I did before, and I'm gonna crit again, because I want to. Please, game, let me have it. Come on, it'd be
No.
cool. It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
And 17 is
Okay.
not going to hit.
Not gonna hit it all. Ooh, that hurts my soul.
I thought 17 hit these tentacles earlier.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, it just barely didn't. That's right. To that. Not a thing I can do about that. Yep. Okay.
Do that.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
do that.
devastated. I'm devastated. That was my
Alright.
last total spell slot. That's my turn. I'm actually going to back up my full move speed. But yeah,
Get back! Get back!
there you go. All
Alright.
right, that's me.
Alright. Let's see. So, it's gonna keep making some more attacks on its turn. It's gonna make this last one, this limb on its last limbs is going to make an attack towards Viserys. 26.
Jeez.
Does a 26 crit you?
No, I have a 16 AC.
So it just crits.
Jesus Christ.
Because a
10 and
crit,
above.
Oh,
10 or above.
oh, I thought-
Yeah.
oh, is it?
Ten
Oh, it's
or
10 or
above.
above. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least
then I-
this-
So so you're gonna take 38 damage from this.
Oh,
All right.
Are you still up?
Yeah, I have 3 left.
3 left. Okay.
3 left.
It picks you up, and I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
come on, bro.
17.
17.
You dissipate in black smoke,
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh.
and we will get to where you are at your turn.
Okay.
That is
I mean, that has to be a good thing, right?
no.
can't be a
Not always.
It can't be a
Nah.
bad thing. It can't.
That is 100% a bad thing. There is no way a force jump is good.
It's probably good.
I
Alright.
could tell that was magic. Ugh.
And with that, it can't really do anything. It can't really move its tentacles, so it can't really do anything against the fire.
More damage. Let's go.
So it's just
Is
gonna
another
start taking that
intelligence save?
fire. But it can't really, it's not really gonna, I don't even think the fire damage is gonna, no, it does not, the fire does not exceed the damage threshold, so it's still not taking that damage.
It just has to high roll really well. I got like 3 damage margin of error here.
Hold on. Oh yeah, it's gonna make that,
Oh
does
wait,
it still
I'm
make
sorry.
it,
You said
does it still make
saving
it,
throw.
Or actually, doesn't it?
It was 18, doesn't it?
If you roll in that one, the save throw doesn't it crit?
Hmm?
If you roll in that one, the saving throw doesn't it crit?
yeah, it will. Do you have to make a dexterity save, or does it automatically just take the damage?
Save for half damage.
Yeah, but like subsequent rounds afterwards, do you still have to take that, roll a dex save, or?
Yeah, you roll a new save every time.
Okay.
Yeah, intelligence.
It's going to, that's a 21, so it's gonna
Yep. Okay.
have that damage,
It is
and it's
it
not
is
going.
intelligence, but yeah, it does.
Oh,
it doesn't
intelligence. It.
Yeah.
So that would just be a 20.
Yeah,
So-
still not gonna do
Okay.
anything.
With that, it is also going to make another attack. It is going to make one more attack towards the, It's going to, it's going to attack the ship that you guys are on.
Oh no. Siege monster, structural damage.
All right. I deleted the stat sheet. I removed. I didn't delete the stat sheet. That would, okay. 28 for 23. Doubled to 46 bludgeoning damage towards the ship as it keeps rocking off to the side from each giant blow from these tentacles. Meanwhile, these guys are going to take the opportunity that Arya gave them, and they're going to take a shot at the nearest tentacle. 23 for 38 piercing damage. Immediately knocks out the the tentacle that had just teleported Viserys away, just barely out of time. And then the Thunderjaws are going to make more attacks. I think this thing is in range. This guy's in range? Yeah, so this guy is going to be able to hit. He's going to make 3 disc launchers against the tentacle that you just shot. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna fucking do it. In fact, let me just verify if it's close enough to any of the other. No. Actually, well, it's a range, so it can still attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yeah.
It's out
So-
of range.
It's within. Actually, no, I don't think I gave it that. So no, it's just out of range entirely. So, this tentacle is incinerated, and it is not close enough to deal anything else to the other tentacles. Is this guy close enough? Yes, he is. So he's also going to make disc launcher attacks. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
dang.
That's gonna fucking do it. Obliterates this other tentacle here. Unfortunately, they cannot reach the guy, this tentacle here. But luckily, in the nick of time, the Sunwings I keep forgetting about. 3, 4, 5.
Finally, they're doing something.
The Sunwing right here, and actually this guy right here, because he's gonna be close enough once he makes it about there. They are going to they charge up, and I don't think they're not gonna do that, because that would damage the ship below them. Instead, they are just going to both attack with plasma projectiles. So much like you've seen the Thunderjaw do before, they are going to open up their maw and just unleashing from their mouth is just radiant pellets just going just from the inside of both of their mouths towards this one tentacle here. So the first one misses, the second one crits, and just barely succeeds on the damage threshold, dealing 18 radiant damage. Okay, let me just verify. Boop, boop.
I think
And
18
then-
breaks the threshold.
18 breaks the threshold. I will say, because you've damaged it enough, the threshold is 15.
Cool.
So you just have to exceed 15 damage on your attacks in order to actually hit it. Iliad commanders. They were like, well, shit, we had one tentacle we could attack. Now we can't anymore. Arya.
This is actual barnacles right now for me as well. They're not the only ones in that boat too. Okay, let's see. I'm on
There's
the
just
roof of this
one
thing.
tentacle left. And it is
Yep.
all the way on the other side of the map.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. And I could actually. If I use my action to sprint, would I be able to do a long jump, or is that a different action entirely? Both.
You'd be able to, from the distance you cleared, you would be able to have you'd be able to do a running jump, I think, from where you are. I will say, jump.
So
Jumping.
20-foot gap.
So you have to move at least 10 feet for a long jump, which you did.
Which will
when
give
you
me to at least 20 because I'm 10 feet up on this roof, which would just drop down.
each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot. Each foot you clear costs a foot of move. Okay, so how much movement did you just expend getting to where you are right now?
For up there, that was 35 feet. I'd have to dash if I wanted to do the long jump.
Then you're gonna have to dash to do the long jump. Yeah, it doesn't
Which
cost
is fine
any.
by me.
Yeah, you can totally do that. And just you are from the rules that I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna say make an
Athletics?
make an athletics check, and if you succeed on a DC 10, which is not hard to beat, you are going to be able to long jump as far as you have movement left.
This is a bit of a stretch, but could I have advantage because I could stick to the walls? If
I'm gonna say no. In fact, that would turn into a vertical jump if you were clinging against the wall. But
I just need to get my foot to touch it at the end of the day.
this isn't really you sticking the landing. It's just you having the
Okay.
strength to traverse traverse. But yes, a 24 will definitely do it. So you are
Yeah.
able to long jump, and according to the Z chart, you only have to jump 5 feet higher than where you were previously, in order to. So it is pretty damn easy to traverse, and you are able to jump. So Morgan, as you're like Spider-Man wall crawling around this chimney, trying to make it to the front deck, you just see Arya vault over your head from the roof of Domus to the main deck of the ship in front of you.
Mind you, I do wear some armor, so it's just some Dead by Daylight parkour looking jump.
Okay.
The heavy thud. And that jump was 20-ish feet. So, and since it's a dash, I still have 5, 10, 15. Yeah. So 5, 25, 30, and 35 gets me there. Hello, brother. Long time no see.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Can't attack that dang thing. So that ends my turn.
All right. Up next is Viserys. Give me just 1 second to arrange exactly
no.
what you see. Having teleported. Mind you, only those who don't know where Viserys is, which is everybody. Would you prefer not knowing where he is, or just being? I'm changing the map basically. Do you all want to join Viserys on the map he's on, or do you want to leave it up to suspense?
Probably suspense is better. I have a few ideas in my own head where he could be, so I'd
Okay.
rather be suspense. I could just deafen you, too. But, you know.
I'm not gonna worry about deafening. But it was more of just, do you want to see the visual of what Viserys sees? Because I can move Viserys and myself and myself what map we're viewing.
Yeah, player knowledge versus meta knowledge. Why not?
Okay. I'm assuming Anthony's just gonna speak for everybody. With
I
that,
speak for myself.
Viserys, low on health, being within the grasp of this tentacle, you feel your body tense up, as if being pulled apart by the atoms, before recollecting in darkness. Not entire darkness, as you can still see a small circular room surrounds you. there are shambling visages in the darkness, seeming to just prowl like predators, but still humanoid in nature of some kind. You see the only light in the room is the radiant glow of Cyrilla's dual-bladed short swords, as she seems to be standing in an attack position within this room, warding off the creatures that surround you.
Alright.
They don't seem to be on the defense like they are about to attack, but they do seem defensive, as if they are kind of they're at a standstill.
Okay. Alright. Cough, blood. I'm going to, I guess, cast Second Wind on myself, and then see if this works. Oh. And that's a 1d10 plus 5. I'm just going to roll that d10. Plus 5, so I got 14 back. That puts me up to 17.
Okay.
Alright. Bang.
That is your bonus action.
That's a bonus. Yes, as a bonus action. All right, and then I look at Cyrilla like, what's going on?
They've just been standing here, looking at me.
Okay.
They haven't made any attack. They've just been standing here.
Okay. All right. And looking around the room, is this to the right? Is that a control panel of some sort, or is it?
It looks like some sort of. It's definitely some sort of alien tech, but the entire room itself, you also realize, is damaged and aged. It is an ancient room. Everything around you is severely old and degraded, but around you is this. It's a circular room. The device you were looking at is in fact like this sort of like table that seems to have been at one point some sort of control panel, but it's so alien and foreign to you. But along the walls, you can see some sorts of old containment units, empty, open, and severely damaged and aged, as if they were once quite functional, now just husk, inoperable.
Okay.
Around you, you can see you can start to see your vision clearing up. You can see that most of the humanoids around you are undead in nature. You can see at the end of the hall there is a fourth psionic grell just standing there. And around the rest of the creatures around you seem humanoid, undead, but 3 of them are pale of skin. The backs of their heads are large, and their mouth is almost as if of squid-like nature, with these tentacles that seem to protrude from the mouth. And their eyes beating. All of them seem to have this necrotic teal-colored eyes, just looking at you. But around them, there's 2 other creatures around the room too, tiny, much tinier than the others. But they just look like tiny brains with 4 legs, just standing there, as well. It is a bizarre sight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's speak up, and I go. All right. Who's in charge here?
I'm gonna turn off the music for those that were actually listening to the music. You hear in the back of your mind, as it seems to be some sort of psionic link protrudes your mind as one of the creatures. You aren't able to depict which one. Just says, I don't know what does he say? That's a good question.
Well, if it's a hive mind, I assume we, but if it's singular, then it's or me.
Leave my domain in peace.
Not a problem. Which way is out?
Wherever the current takes you.
That's helpful. All right. And
What is happening? Are you saying? Is it saying something?
yeah, it answered back. It just says leave, and I'm inclined to agree. Yeah, we should get the fuck out of here. I don't know where we are, but wherever the current takes you. So, with that, do I feel a current pushing or pulling me?
You imagine the current is like the ocean current.
Okay.
So he's the whatever entity is speaking to you is referring to just go wherever the water takes you. Just leave. but
Yeah.
it speaks up again as it says, "You are in the domain of Charybdis, and I wish you to part my waters."
Yeah. So I assume that we're not still in Cerdonia.
You are within Cerdonia. You are within its waters. You are within me.
So why were we pulled down here just to be pushed away?
To offer words instead of increased violence.
Okay. All right. Talking. Let's get good dialogue. Yes.
And that is
Alright.
the end of your round. No, I'm kidding. We'll keep.
All right. Yeah. Can we move past and go out this way over here? There.
You approach and they don't move as they say, "You will not leave this room, Iliad."
So do I stay or do I go? I'm getting mixed signals here.
You will return and inform your people to keep moving.
Oh, got it. Yes. If you would, send us back up. Cirilla, good. Telling us to go and to keep moving.
Yes.
Didn't mean to, trespass in your order. We've got other stuff to take care of. Cirilla, let's go.
We'd love to. Did you say how?
No. He just said, wherever the water takes you. And it's very, very like...
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cloak and dagger type of thing. It's like pulling
She
teeth.
kind of draws attention to... She kind of clicks out of your attention and kind of just looks around as if you can kind of tell she's also getting communicated telepathically she just says, "Okay, we're just going to stay here and it's going to teleport us out. I'm sorry, is there an issue with the Iliad?" As she looks to just the group, and in both, and seemingly you can tell it's in both of your heads as it says, "The Iliad have weakened me. The king has scarred me with its fire. And I simply wish to heal."
Oh, well, yeah, alright. Well, we hate that fucker too. Alright, yeah, no, we were actually going through the water to, take down the king, Zeus in the council. If that's what you're talking about. You're talking about the same thing?
You despise the council, yet wear its banners.
This banner is representative of the people of the Ilias, not the council.
The people of Ilias are the what did this to me. And you can almost see
very small.
You can see almost like the sort of visual indicators. It seems that the main communicator of the telepathic is the psionic Grell, as it kind of makes a slow approach, almost in like anger, but it just stops.
Council does not speak for the whole of Ilias. I can assure you that. We are a group that have dedicated our lives to taking down the council, throwing them asunder, and starting anew.
Are you syndicate?
We are the entourage. As I puff out my chest with pride.
Syndicate. So really just got like syndicate, did we? Did you say no you were what syndicate were you about? It was something you
Yeah, you know, you can't just take them down with like 30 people.
No, but what syndicate? Because he seems to know some. He said the syndicate. Are you syndicate? What was the fucking Asher syndicate something?
It's means to an end.
It doesn't matter. He seems to know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say we're working together temporarily, yes.
Under whose banner?
My group is under our own banner. Like I said, we are the entourage, and the floor it's dusty. It's got dirt on it, right?
Oh yeah, there is definitely. It's more water than it's like this whole room is not dusty. It is soaked, like it was initially it was initially full of water.
Okay. Really, you got a pen? You got something I can? Oh yeah, a quill.
What?
Something I can
Why?
write? Yeah, banner. I'm making a banner. Shh.
What? She just like she pops a little minor illusion from her wrist device, and she's like, "What fucking banner? Are you drawing your banner now?"
Yeah, it's Domos, all right, and then the symbol of the Ilias with Domos on top, kind of like a two-layered image.
She just looks at it with utter confusion. This is now the banner of the Havoc Squad. the Iliad symbol with a turtle shell.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. She's like, great. What was this for? So you finish up your banner.
Mm-hmm. That's it. This is the banner of the resistance. This is what will replace the council?
The council will fall to the syndicate.
Is that the Senate? Is that who you're with?
Are you syndicate?
No.
Cirilla just goes, You where? What syndicate? What syndicate is it? Is it a specific syndicate? Who's the head of the syndicate?
Well, I mean, he's dead.
Is there anyone you know?
So, nope. Nobody's really in.
She's more asking the Grell than she is like turning to you.
Ow.
As she says, as the creature just says, "Death shall consume the council, and death shall reign from the city, from its throne."
And I would very much like to be the one to thrust the blade.
I think that was. Okay. as he says, "The syndicate shall thrust the blade, and death shall thrust his own blade to the council." You will have no part. You will leave, or you will fall. Simple as that. And as he says that, you can start hearing the sounds of trickling water, and then increased water, as the room starts to flood with water. As the whole room begins to fill up with water, you could see that the creatures within don't seem to be moving or phased by the water at all. They just keep staring with these necrotic teal eyes. And as the room fills up with water, you can feel your atoms separating again before recollecting on Domus. And that, I think, is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Well, jeez. That's some bull crap.
Oh, we're now being told not to interfere to try to overtake the council.
Jason, my guy, I'm gonna be very real with you. I tried so hard to subtly hint to you that he was working for the syndicate.
Yeah. We could tell.
He was working for Death, which is Hades, and the syndicate, which is the only syndicate he knows.
Yeah. That's the only syndicate we know of.
Charybdis is working for the syndicate, and
but
he doesn't know you are working for the syndicate because he doesn't know who you are.
Dang it. You tell him that. I figured with the dialogue, I mean, at least I wasn't teleported, but also, man, I wish I was teleported.
Okay.
Well, this was all good.
Yeah, we'll worry about it. They said let us be on our way anyway, so they can't stop us from going there, but they can't help us either. This thing's crippled, apparently. Not that we know.
I don't imagine us incinerating most of it was helpful.
I mean, to be fair, it started it, right?
For real, yeah. I mean,
attacked us first, yeah. We got
it wanted all the smoke, and then was like, nah, you know, now that I think about it, we should talk about it, you know.
Okay.
I
am thoroughly confused. Okay. Udo, who's dead, is
Hades is dead.
Hades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
So
death.
he
which is death.
Who is also dead, apparently.
Death
I mean,
will
what-
death will take the
maybe,
throne.
maybe death.
Well, we did give
It
some
Charybdis
proof.
just
This is
doesn't
fine.
seem to know that Pluto is dead.
I
So
mean,
he
we did
still
give-
so he still thinks that Pluto is running the syndicate and is going to take the throne.
Well, that's sad. Well, we might as well scream at one of the tentacles or Charybdis if he decides to come out of the water to play.
But you did say that it wasn't the same giant kraken that was with what's his name? Alsmeyer?
Ilsensin.
Satsi.
Oh, Altsmere, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it looked very much like it definitely resembled, and the teleportation definitely resembled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
There's
fine.
a was a teleportation.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think we need to talk a bit more with that thing. Yeah.
I will believe. Honestly,
No.
we're gonna keep it.
I have a few things to say with it. You know.
Yeah, we got some words to address with the murderous calamari.
Oh.
Crustacean hybrid.
Morgan, yes, you would be able to definitely do that.
Yeah. Well,
In
what
fact,
are
if
your
you guys,
questions?
in fact, if you guys want to continue, we can. But I just assumed because it's because of the hour.
Yes, it is almost 2:00.
It's 4 o'clock for me.
I'm sure you guys want some sleep eventually.
I need.
I'm
sleep,
fine.
honestly. I got duty today. Later
Yeah.
today. But if I'm outvoted, I guess I'll stick around. I'm still awake.
I mean-
after all.
I mean, we can definitely call it. We can definitely call it here. It's up to you guys.
I mean, yeah.
take a vote. Who's wanting to call it?
I think it's not
I'm
about
cool.
I think even if like one person wants to call it, then maybe we should because like it's a
Yeah.
like it's a pretty good point too, and like if someone's tired, then we shouldn't force them to kill me. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
miss story though. So even if I
Yeah,
get
no.
outvoted,
If
stick
someone
around.
wants to call it, I think we just call it. It's been like a pretty long session after that.
Yeah.
for me it is just nay for that.
Right.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
call it.
All right, then that is going to be the end of the session for tonight. Thank you guys for
Really
coming
good.
out. Really good combat
Yeah.
session. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be.
Nobody
Yeah,
died.
but yeah.
That's a plus.
Nobody died. I don't even think anybody went unconscious, which is surprising.
If Morgan was unfortunate enough to not make that save, it might have gone sour. But
Yeah.
that was maybe the only close point, I think.
Viserys is low too. Like
That's true, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Viserys is
before
low.
the resistances, I was at 4 HP. After the resistance, I was at 24 HP. But...
yes. The nice part about being Chunder Kai is that Misty Step. It's better than a Barbarian's Rage at the end of the day, in my opinion. Despite how short-lived it is.
It's pretty useful, yeah.
Very useful.
It's even better to just have Misty Step yourself.
No.
I'm
No, I can do it.
considering.
I can do it 3 times per day, and it gives me resistance to
3?
pretty much everything. Yeah, 3.
Oh,
It's my proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a racial trait.
Yeah.
New elves, man. The new elves just love to teleport and face step. Ridiculous traits.
No, I love Sadokai. Every D&D campaign I've played in the past like 3 years has been a Sadokai.
Chunder Kai.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Chunder Kais are nice. I just don't like Fae. They're the only Fae I like because they're monochromatic. Every other Fae is a derogatory to me. I don't like them.
Okay.
Fair
Jesus.
racist.
All right.
I
God
am
damn.
absolutely a big racist. Do not judge me.
Listen,
We are
every-
worse than demons.
Every new elf they add, they remove one customization option from the PHP.
I suppose. But hey, at least with demons in normal D&D, you get a better deal than you do the Fae half the time. The Fae are way more twisted than they laid on. I don't trust those guys. Nah.
Okay, you get the potential to have a flying speed. In return, you are part of the mind link with the BBEG. So.
Yeah. I mean, with us, we're connected to a hive mind, but the Fae,
Givers, choosers.
Yeah.
We
They are
win
just-
some, you lose some.
they're either bundled in shadow or flowers and smiles. Creepy.
I trust them implicitly.
Why do you trust them?
Yeah, you should. My character would never lie.
I don't lie because it's not worth the lie. I think I'm
Alright.
proficient.
That is going to be the end of the session for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Our next session is going to be the 13th of August. And I will,
God.
well, 13th, 14th, just depending on who's who. I will,
Yes.
with that, I will see you guys later. I got
Later.
a session, I got another session with another group, which will help. Tomorrow's group is the group that is like, is the one witnessing what happened with Pluto and now Charybdis, but
Oh.
they still have not gotten to the point that we see in the, like, they are still a week away, so they have not seen yet all of the shit that's going down that you
So
guys
they're
are
a
currently
week in the
reacting
past.
to. Yeah,
I see.
their
Oh,
last
really?
session.
After that.
Pluto died just their last session.
Oh.
Zeus has not even attacked the Acadia, or the city just yet for them, but he's gonna.
Oh. Well, no wonder everyone hates our group so much then.
Yeah.
They're all in the past dealing with
I've been
conflict.
saying this since the beginning. You have fucked over group 3 and 6. They had to team up together for an Avengers level threat against Zeus because of you people.
I mean, it was an individual's fault. I wish it was a group effort, but it was one person's fault. So,
We are
It
gonna
was a
keep
team-
having this same fucking
It was a
conversation
team effort.
over and over again.
yes.
This is like the 5th time we've had this conversation of whose fault it was.
There was oversight.
I think it's
I say undersight.
oversight, undersight, whatever. Later, bro.
It was double sight. Dude.
Yes.
See ya.
Yeah.
If it was Devil's Sight, you would have seen it, because you could have seen everything. All right. Have a good night.
You too.